Alright, hey everyone, Munchie here, and I'm so excited to announce that I am releasing the Hardcore Challenge plugin, a light version, but it's going to be available for everyone to test out and have fun. So let's go to a plugins manager. You're going to see two plugins once they're installed into your plugins folder. In the description, it'll kind of give us some etiquette things and how we should approach sharing our progress, maybe going into the Prancing Pony or a local in-game pub or an area where people can gather up. And I just don't want people to spam messages in world chat or the say chat or anything and bother the rest of the community. I mean, the purpose of this plugin is kind of to bring the community together, test things and break things, and mostly have fun. There's definitely going to be some expected challenge run failures and crashes and bugs and all that type of stuff, but that's kind of what this playtest is for. If you are participating in this playtest of the plugin, don't invest all of your time into a hardcore run, because you could just fail your run randomly, and I don't want to disappoint anyone. For updates, feedbacks, and bug reports, you can always join my Discord. It's not an official crazy Discord or anything. It's just basically me and some friends in there, but I'll put a LOTRO section on the side. My YouTube, Munchie Dog with 2 G's. I'll upload the latest video updates. And the Reddit posts, I'll probably post often on Reddit to kind of keep people updated as well. So you can just follow my username and just click the most recent post. You'll find something. I'm going to upload the plugin eventually to the LOTRO interface. I just don't know how to do that yet. I'm trying to figure out how to do it. And then obviously in GitHub as well, I'm going to, post a repository there so that people can scan and look through all the files and stuff. I want everyone to feel safe when they're putting this plugin or downloading this plugin onto their computer. I can promise you there's nothing malicious behind it. It's just something that we want to do for fun. Anyway, we have the challenge light playtest and the community board one. So I want you guys to load it however you want, because the bugs are to be tested. But right now, our load order is going to be the challenge board and the playtest. This is the community board and the actual status window. I broke this down in my previous video on how we can kind of read these and understand some of these things, but some things had changed in this light version of the playtest. So one of the things that I want you guys to notice and that I didn't have before are these two new buttons now. So the hardcore button and the HCB board, which is the hardcore community board button. Before they were native LOTRO windows, but now we can move these around. We can close and open the windows, and nothing will disappear forever. For now, I guess, right? But yeah, everything should work perfectly fine. I think the hardcore window starts in the middle of your screen, and then the community board thing starts over here by the map on the top right. But yeah, let's run through it really quick for those who are not familiar with how the plugin works. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but basically you have your death rules. All of these features work. So the death rules work, the revive system works, the no grouping and solo system works, and the difficulty landscape or landscape difficulty lock also works. These are the honor rules that are not implemented yet for automatic detection of the plugin. So the trading, the auction house, the mail stuff, that's not implemented yet, but you could just choose them and play around with them to see, just to keep yourself on track or just to test the bugs out. Eventually I'll try to add all of these features into automatic detection, so if you do break these rules, whatever Lua and the plugin allows, I'll try to fail the challenge. But right now we can start the challenge under no grouping and landscape difficulty with 1 revive, for instance. We're going to go down here, gives us a little bit of breakdown and some rules and requirements that we have to do before we start the plugin. So we can start the challenge, confirm it all the way through, and it'll give us an error if we don't have a difficulty set for the landscape difficulty. I always forget to do that. So since I don't have a difficulty of 3, I'm going to set that really quick. And again, I broke all this down in the video from yesterday. Oh my god, I have to complete the quest. Right, bring it back up. And yeah, Now we have this, the hardcore challenge is now active, completely active. Super cool. This is the main status window that you'll see. Again, you can close it and open it with this HC button. And yeah, so we can just test this really quickly by going into the pub. We shouldn't fail the mission for losing the buff. Yep, so the difficulty buff disappears inside of the Thorns Hall, but once we go back outside, we shouldn't fail anything. Yep, we're back. Status is still active, everything works just fine, and I left some debugging features for you guys so that you can forfeit a challenge or retest the entire, or reset the entire playtest. So you can manually forfeit, and you can reset at any time. Let's go test dying really quick. Since we're at landscape difficulty 3, it might take us a while to die. So let's switch it all the way to level 9 for also testing purposes. And this works. Still active. Lock difficulty is now 9. And like I explained before, once you go up in difficulty, you kind of commit to it. But you cannot go down in difficulty or you will fail the challenge if you have the landscape difficulty lock mode or rule set. Okay, let's get them to attack us. Yeah, perfect. Hopefully we go down, and we do go down. If we check our status window, our deaths went up, revives went down, so that is working just great. All right. I think now is a good time to also show you guys the community board at where we're at with that. So we can't update the community board while we are downed in the down state, or like the gray screen state. Sorry, let me just hide this really quick so I can run away from these mobs. They don't kill me. Perfect. Now that we're in a safe zone. This is what I was talking about, sharing your progress with the community. So this is like one of my favorite features that is part of the plugin. You can resize this window too. It'll probably start off pretty big. And we're going to have to test like the next page and all that other type of stuff as the list populates. But I'm going to put share progress. And you're going to see the progress of my my current character and its hardcore like challenge rule set. So you'll see the run type, which is 1 revive. That's the rule that we chose, 1 revive. Landscape difficulty where I went down or where I updated, the grouping rule, the level, the playtime from when I started the challenge run. This is running on a like real-time basis, I guess. So even if you log off, this playtime is still going to increase. I want to change that so that it's only recording like the time that you are online playing your character. We have 1 death, but our status is still active because we have a 1 revive rule. So it kind of makes it clear there. And then here, last reported, it says sync required. So this is a feature that I added from yesterday. So you can always share your progress without like a last reported sync. But I do want people to test out syncing the server time by clicking this button. And now when we share our progress, it's gonna report exactly when this last share was made. So it'll kind of like keep track of people's like progress throughout the day and stuff. I don't know how this is going to populate. I remember testing it and it's like the most or the newest share is on top. I might change that to like the highest level is on top or whatever, or the highest difficulty, whatever it could be. But right now I think the newest reported share is on top. But yeah, that's one way of syncing the data. And if you don't sync, it's going to show that it's not synced, but it'll remind you to always sync the time. So every time you start the game, I want you guys to test the server sync thing, and it'll even say down here that it's synchronized. You don't have to do it every time you share, by the way. You just have to do it once, and just make sure that it says over here server time synchronized before you do it. So yeah, now that this mob is attacking us, we might as well die to it. And then show the status failure and like kind of the new status window that shows up. Again, it gives us the death history, the game over screen. Pretty cool. runtime, 5 minutes. Again, this is like real time, but since we've been testing it and we haven't logged off, it's showing the accurate time. It'll give us the death history, the attacks, and what we died to. Cool. So we can close this and we'll retreat. So now when we open up, oh my goodness, the camera. When we open up the hardcore menu, we're going to see that our status is now failed. We ran out of revives, so now it's 2 deaths, 0 revives, our lock, our difficulty lock, and all that other type of stuff. Great, this works perfectly fine, just like yesterday. And now I want you guys to see what happens when we share our progress. I don't have to sync the time anymore. It should already have been saved. And when I sync it, or when I share it, now it says the status failed battle. Super cool. So now you can also see why people have failed. I believe we can even reset, and if we forfeit the run, it'll also say like failed because of like a forfeit. This should be persistent, so if we close the entire plugin or we relog or anything like that, for instance, I'll unload all the plugins and I load them back up, the list is not going to populate while you're offline, but that's to be expected. It's only gathering information from the chat. So, you know, if somebody joined the run or shared their activity while you were offline, you're not going to see it on the list. You can always clear the board data if you wanted to for testing purposes, and also if you feel like things are not accurate, you can always just clear it. You can't bring it back once you clear it, so just be careful with that. But you could just ask somebody to share their progress again, and it should populate that way. There's a save position inside, so if like you're resizing this stuff and we save position, it should save it as well. Alright, so let's clear it just for the purpose of testing. Let's reset our run because you can't start it again and your rules are still locked. So let's reset it again, confirm reset, and yeah. Let's start another one with permadeath. I guess like no grouping, doesn't matter. Let's go ahead and start that again. And yeah, again, now we're on permadeath mode. Let's do the shared feature, sync required. We did unload the plugin, so yeah, I guess when we unload the plugin, we have to sync the server time again. Share it, and let's forfeit the challenge. Okay, game over. Reason forfeited challenge, no death history, and now share that. Failed forfeit. Beautiful. So all of that type of stuff works. So again, like the etiquette rules with like sharing, you can see how often like in the chat screen it's like showing up in the say screen. Just be mindful of that. Go to like a pub. But yeah, some of the features that I want you guys to test for sure, I'll in like the Reddit post and Discord, I'll kind of like make a list for that so you guys can keep track of it. But anytime that you fail a challenge, like accidentally, like if you're just running around the map or you're changing instances or in a dungeon, and it shows up failed or a game over, let me know when that happens. Take a screenshot, whatever. The revive tracking, for whatever reason, if you chose like 3 revives and you die once and your run fails prematurely, again, let me know like when it happened, what kind of damage you took, all that type of stuff. Speaking of damage taken, I don't have a like rule or like a status update to show like if you die from fall damage or like poison damage or like a dot. Like I don't think it'll properly show that type of death. I'm not sure yet. I've never actually tested it, so that's one thing that you guys can test for me. The group detection thing, again, like it shouldn't fail your run if you are with escorts in a quest, so the quest escort should be fine. But if you join a group and you have the no grouping rule selected, you can see the invite, but as soon as you accept the invite, it should fail you. So let me know if that fails incorrectly as well. Always move around these little buttons, test these buttons as much as you can, move them around in your screen, right click them, do crazy stuff, unload the plugin, reload it, unload it and reload it in like the improper order. Also with like your other plugins that you have in your game, if there's any time that you're running a specific plugin, like more maps or something, and you're running this plugin, does it break? Or like either one breaks, I want to know that too. The window layout, I know people run this on different resolutions. I'm running it on 1920 by 1080p. I don't have a bigger monitor and I haven't ran it at a smaller resolution, so let me know how that looks. I just realized right now that the main hardcore rules and status window are not resizable, but the community board window is resizable. That's something that I'm going to note down right now. Progress sharing, again, let me know if there's any issues with the progress sharing. You can always manipulate the progress sharing by copying and pasting it from the chat. I'm not going to hide that from you guys. Just be aware that none of this stuff is actual like legit, verified, official, information or like run progress or activity. People are going to cheat. People are going to mess around with it, and that's totally fine. I know there's one instance if you go into the PvP zone that it'll like put you in max level. I think you could probably just do that and like share your progress at max level in a PvP zone, but that's okay. Those are things that I'm going to work on later on. The community board parsing, yeah, let me know if you guys see a lot of like people like joining this and it has to go to the next page or previous page, or like how it like flows and looks. Let me know and take a screenshot and post it wherever you want to post it, in the Discord, Reddit, whatever, because I haven't been able to do that. I haven't shared this plugin with anyone else, so yeah, I can't see that yet. Server time sync, yeah, let me just know how the server time sync is working for you guys. Remember, you only have to do it once per plugin load. When you move a window or like some of these buttons, make sure the save button and save size are working. And any other weird crashes that you might see, it'll show up over here in your standard chat. So if you have like chat filters, over here, your change filters, make sure you have like a separate window at least for this plugin for now, that has the standard say chat and I don't know, it's like event or error. Just make sure those are activated in whatever window you're using to debug. All right, that was a lot. I know it's a lot, but any questions that you have, just let me know on Reddit, Discord, YouTube, whatever. I can't wait for you guys to try this out and break things in a million ways, and I just really want this to work out. All right, take care, guys.